Alright, so take two here, as I just screwed up the previous recording. This is proof of concept number 2. We're starting to get into some more functionality. You see the top menus here. Collapse it away now. Click, it'll automatically bring that up. There's actually starting to be some things under here. Came up with another cool idea, student tagging. It's where you can create a category, kind of it's taxonomy, and then associate it to students. So say for example a student or 2 or 3 students join the class late, 2 weeks into the semester, you can flag them and say, hey, these guys joined 2 weeks late, just to kind of give yourself a heads up that maybe they're submitting work late. Give them some extra leniency on due dates, things like that. So that's just one case. You could also tag people, everyone, tag, hey, tag these 10 people, they're in group 1, tag these 10 people, they're in group 2, for grading purposes and breakdowns, things like that. Also starting to get into more of the thick box stuff for how this interface actually works. So there's going to be a student tab where it's just going to have some stats about the student, who they are, what this submission is, stuff like that, very basic stuff. Then the assignment tab is actually going to pull up and open just the node, as you can see here. So here's just the node content. It's Ajax, so it's very fast. It's much faster than having to load the whole page. If if this is for whatever reason not the way you want to view it, you can click here to open a new window, and you'll get the whole form, so that you could go through that way. That's just kind of a fallback, just in case something goes wrong here. I am having some problems with images at the moment, speaking of fallbacks, so until I get that figured out, click here to open a new window is the only way to view image submissions. I'll open another submission here. It's this one. So assignment, you see it's changed. Open a new window. Yeah, I don't know why this image isn't showing up there, but whatever. It's 2 weeks in, I'll figure that out down the road. You see instructor feedback tab, so you can leave point value. You also have the ability to save feedback, which could save some time in the future. So if you check save this feedback for reuse, after you're done typing here and you hit save or complete it at the bottom, it's actually going to save the location of that comment, and then that way it'll start to populate here, so you'd have a you rock in the drop down, and then when you select that, it'll just pre-populate with that. It's not to say you can't change what it says after the fact, but it's a good way to get, maybe you personalize 20% of your feedback and 80% of it is quite automated and very much the same, comments as in terms of what people did wrong, people did right. So if you use the title the right way and describe your description very well, kind of the metadata, then you're going to save yourself a lot of time, most likely, in grading assignments and things. So that's what that does. So we can close that out. Then we also have additional options. Is this exemplary work? We're going to integrate with node queue, so that the instructor can actually flag things and throw them into a queue automatically right from here to say this is work that I deem to be great. And what it'll do when you complete this, it will send an email to the student. The student has to, for legal purposes, agree that the instructor can use their work, can list it in this type of a setup. Some other options we have is they can choose to be listed anonymously, so their name won't be associated to it. We also give them the option that whether or not we can use their work in future semesters, so that they can kind of be the shining example of past students. This is something that would happen informally in a classroom anyway, so just trying to streamline that part of it. Last part I have here is there's completed and saved states. If you finalize something and you hit completed, it's going to actually post the grade to the grade book and tell the student, if you have the email option turned on, tell the student, hey, there's a new grade for you. If you just hit save, it'll just save the state as things are now without actually posting the grade. So, in case you get interrupted while you're working on something. So this is what I got so far. Be working more on the assignment and the student tab, and then starting to actually implement the feedback in the coming probably 2 weeks, mostly because I'm out of town most of next week. Alright, if you enjoyed.